Assalamu alaikum students, how are you all? I hope everyone will be fine. So students, in this week we are going to start our new unit number 2, that is growth and movement in living things. Okay, so inshallah we will be discussing it in detail. So what are its teaching objectives? That by the end of this lesson, you will be able to differentiate between living and non-living things on the basis of characteristics. Means which characteristics make a difference between a living and a non-living thing. Then you will be able to indicate different locomotory organs in and their function. What do we mean by locomotory organs? Those organs which help the animals to move. Inshallah, we will discuss in detail later. Then you will be able to know the role of muscles and joint in movement, especially in humans. Then you will be able to locate the exoskeleton in animals. What is this exoskeleton? In which animals it is found? Inshallah, we will discuss. And last but not the least, you will be able to watch, or you will be able to know the different ways of movement in plants. Okay, students? Now, our today's topic will be only day one lecture will only be this living and non-living things, as I told earlier, and I shared my objective that what characteristics make a difference between living and non-living things. Okay, so first of all living things are alive. And what are the examples of living things? Plants and animals. All of you can see what are the living things? Humans, animals, plants, all they are the living things. While this stone, brush, table, socks, car, doll, they are the living things. So on which basis we say them that living things are different from non-living things? Can't we say this stone as a living thing? Why we cannot say this tree as a non-living thing? How they are being differentiated? Let's see the difference on the basis of certain characteristics or certain features. Okay, students? Now, first of all, what are the characteristics of living things? So the very first feature is this feeding, or in other words, you can say the eating habit or the eating feature of the living things. Like all of you know that plants make their own food through photosynthesis. Okay, students, plants make their own food through photosynthesis. And because of this property, we call plants as autotrophic. What we call them? Autotrophic. Okay, and the animals like the humans, we feed on plants as well as other animals. Okay, so because of it we are being categorized as heterotrophic, because we cannot make our food by our own self like plants, so we are termed as heterotrophic. Okay, so the living things can make their own food, or animals indirectly get their food and feed on the food. That's why we are being different from the, or the living things are different from the non-living things. Okay, now the next feature or the characteristic is this breathing. I hope every one of you know what is breathing: taking oxygen and getting out carbon dioxide. So this feature of breathing helps the living things when they respire and breathe, they get or they produce energy. When we breathe, when we respire, we get energy, and because of that energy, living things are able to do their activities of the life. So if we compare this feature with non-living things, a car cannot respire, a table cannot respire, but the humans can. As you can see in this picture, that the humans, they plants breathe out oxygen and we take in, and the humans, they breathe in oxygen and breathe out carbon dioxide, which is taken up by the plant later on. Okay, students, so what is the first feature? The feature of feeding, and the second is the feature of breathing. Next feature, what it is? It is called as excretion. What we call it? Excretion. What is this excretion? Living things can get rid of their waste from the body. This is called excretion. Okay, you can see in this diagram that this human is having the picture of sweating. All of you know what is sweating. Okay, when we have extra water, it is being released out of our body in the form of excretion, or in the form, in other words, we can say in the form of sweating. Plants also excrete their waste in the form of excessive water or some sticky substance. You may have seen sometime that it comes out of the plant, and that is also the waste of the plant. Okay, the plant um, shed out its leaves in autumn. That is because, why? Because it becomes a waste for the plant, so it start releasing it out during the autumn season. So this is the feature again which living things can do, but non-living things cannot. I hope you are understanding it uh, till there. Now, the next is movement. Okay, what it is? Movement. Living things are able to move. Okay, plants move through their parts. You will may ask me a question, or you may have a question in your mind that, teacher, how the plants move? They remain uh, stationary at a position, or they don't move. You haven't seen any plant moving ever, but they show their movement through the increase in size of their parts. As you have seen that the roots increase its size, the shoot increases its size, and this is the way the plants move, show movement through their parts. While animals, they can move from place to place. Okay, they may use their whole body to move from one place to another place, or they may uh, take the help of certain organs to move from one place to another place. Okay, now coming to the next features, growth and sensitivity. What it is? Growth and sensitivity. What is this feature of growth? I hope every one of you know. If you will look at this diagram, you can see that even a human, animal, and plant, first they are like a plant, it is seed, then it become a seedling or a small tree or a plant, and then it increases in its size, and then it becomes a tree. Likewise, in humans, first we are infant, then we become um, child, and then we become a adult. Okay, so living things can increase in their size through a life cycle, and inshallah later on we will discuss about the different life cycles, and you will know about these different life cycles and their stages. But if you look around and consider any non-living thing in your mind, let's say a table, let's say a car, it never increases its size. It, that difference or that feature make the difference between a living and non-living thing. Okay, students, And then last but not the least is this feature of sensitivity. What it is? Sensitivity. It may be a new term for you, but actually what it says that the living things can feel changes and respond to their surrounding. Like you, all of you know, we may have the feeling of pain, temperature, emotions, etc. It means we respond to the changes in the environment. Okay, and if you can look around and let's have a look on sunflower or a mimosa plant, which is in other words called as touch me not, and you can also see right now in this picture as well that when you touch the leaves of this plant, it may close. It means they show the sensitivity to touch. So in this way the living things are being different different from the non-living things. And what are the features? I repeat, that is feeding, respiration or breathing, growth, sensitivity, excretion, and then it is the feeding. Okay students, so this is our day 1 lecture. You will go through by it and then allow me to ask the questions regarding it. If you have any confusion about it, you can give me your feedback through WhatsApp or the Google class. Thank you.